Hello, this is Mary with Better Day Consulting, and I'm bringing you this video in reference to security freezes. So what is a security freeze? Security freezes, they are designed to prevent and restrict a consumer reporting agency from releasing your consumer report without your consent. And it also helps you and it prevents from credit fraud, resulting from perhaps identity theft. So when you place a security or credit freeze on your consumer report, you'll be provided with a PIN number. So you'll need this PIN number when you get ready to lift this freeze from your report. But keep in mind that a security freeze needs to be initiated with each of the credit or 3 credit reporting agencies and each consumer reporting agency. And I'm going to go over what they are in just a second. But first of all, the pros and cons of a credit freeze. So the pros are your accounts are safeguarded against fraudulent activity. You have control over who can view your financial information. Your score isn't impacted during the credit freeze. And starting and maintaining a credit freeze is free of cost, so you don't have to worry about paying for that. The cons are it can potentially delay your credit when lifting a freeze. Financial accounts aren't protected during the data breaches. So if there's a data breach, your information is not protected. And you need to maintain your verification PIN and account information. You'll get that in the mail once you do your freeze on it. They'll send you a letter from each bureau or consumer reporting agency letting you know that your account has been froze and you have a PIN number just in case you need to lift that or whenever you get ready to lift that. And marketers can still contact you about credit promotions. So the nationwide consumer reporting companies, and which everybody or most everybody should be familiar with, is Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So the big 3, they call them the big 3. So when you ever hear people talking about the big 3 in reference to credit, they're talking about Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Their reports contain information about like your payment history, how much credit you have and how much you use, how long you done had credit, the different types of credit you have, like your credit mix, and how many times you apply for credit or how many new accounts you have. So the big 3, they also dispute suspected inaccuracies or errors that's on your report. They do that with the original creditors, collectors, and other consumer reporting agencies. Now I heard you heard me talk about consumer reporting agencies, but there are over 400 consumer reporting companies in the U.S. All right. So we're going to talk about the difference between a credit reporting agency and a consumer reporting agency. Now, a credit reporting agency is like Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, and they have information on you such as your credit history, your credit accounts, your loan accounts, personal loan, mortgages, and stuff like that. And it lets you know whether you're in good standing with them or not, if you're having a late payments or any derogatory payments. That's the consumer reporting. That's the credit reporting agency. And a credit reporting agency is a consumer reporting agency. And a consumer report it's a bigger and broader report. It contains a lot of information like your personal identifying information that goes way beyond your credit. That's the stuff that's on your credit report. It have information about your criminal history, your driving record, your employment history, how you pay your utility bills, medical information, and all that. So all of this, they fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So the information that some consumer reporting companies sell is used to supplement other data, such as the credit data the nationwide consumer reporting companies have on you. like Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they normally get their information from these other consumer reporting agencies. So some of the supplementary market includes for the consumer reporting agencies, it's like employment screening, tenant screening, check and banking screening, personal property and auto reports, medical billing, low income and subprime credit accounts, supplementary reports, utilities, retail, and gaming. And we're going to talk about each one of those. So the first one we're going to talk about is the employment screening. So the employment screening, there are several companies that provide verification information such as your credit history, employment, your salary, your education, all of that stuff when it comes to anything that your employers may need to pull in reference for them to verify your employment screening. When you go for a job, they say, oh, we got to do an employment screening. Well, they also verify, your criminal history, if you've been convicted of anything, they have your fingerprint information, all of that stuff, even your drug and alcohol testing, results that they have. So all of this is in your employment screen. So when you hear that, you know that they're testing for a lot of different things. The next one is tenant screening. Now, you may have dealt with something like this when you go and apply for to rent an apartment or a home. CoreLogic Rental Property Solutions is a tenant screening, and they collect and report comprehensive information about the landlord-tenant actions, such as any prior conviction you have, your address history, your public background check. They also do prior criminal history and court judgments and all that kind of stuff. Anything that the landlord would use to verify your rental history. Okay. The next one is check and bank screening. Now, ChexSystems is one of the companies that provides account verification services for financial institutions. They collect data and reports on your checking account applications, when you open up account, when you close the account, including any reasons for you closing the account. Placing a freeze on them will prevent any checking or savings account from being opened without your authorization or your knowledge. So, you may want to freeze ChexSystems in the event that you think somebody is open up accounts in your name. That way they can only contact you when it's time to open up account in your name. And you'll have to verify who you are before they do it as well. We're going to talk about personal property insurance. The CLUE report. The CLUE report is like the comprehensive loss underwriting exchange. And they basically have information on you about your auto insurance, your losses, the coverage that you have on your vehicle. So that's one of the things that they do. And they also collect and report up to 7 years of auto and personal property claims. So if you have any claims, losses for automobile, then that information is housed inside your CLUE report. And it has information such as your name, your date of birth, your policy number, what's your limits on your auto insurance, your date of loss, the type of loss you had, any amount that they have paid on the loss. They have all that information inside your CLUE report. And this is a consumer reporting agency as well. We're going to talk about medical. So MIB, the Medical Insurance Bureau, they collect information about medical conditions and hazards. And it reports this information to, like, when you getting ready to, say, get a life insurance policy or something like that, they report this information to a life and health insurance company so they can assess the risk to see, are they going to be able to provide you insurance, or to see if you're going to be a risk for them, whether they deny you or whatever. Doing the underwritings of individuals, whether it's a member or group, life, health, disability, income, critical illness, and long-term care insurance policies. That's what they look for. That's what they do. You won't necessarily have an MIB account unless you apply for life insurance or health insurance, okay, within the past 7 years. Milliman Interscript. Now, this right here, it collects prescription drug purchase history, quantifying the relative mortality risk of a life insurance applicant. You may have prescriptions, whatever prescriptions you have, you're going to have a prescription report about you. If you authorize, you got to release this information, your medical records, to the insurance company. And then they're going to pull a record and see what type of drugs that you've been on, what type of, and they can basically tell what type of illness that you have based on what type of drugs or medication that you're taking. So this is also a consumer report. All right, we're going to talk about low income and subprime. So Clarity Services, they collect and provide information on payday loans, installment loans, auto loans, check cashing services, rent-to-own transaction, telecommunication, just about anything, you know, and they focus with an emphasis on low income and subprime consumer market segment. Okay, they're also owned by Experian. So anything that you have that's dealing with low income and subprime accounts, Clarity Service will have that information on you. Okay, and so a security freeze with them is designed to prevent credit loans and services from being approved in your name, of course, without your permission. We just talked about low income. We're going to talk about CoreLogic Teletrack, and they're also a consumer reporting agency, and they collect information about and provide data to payday lenders, rent-to-own businesses. When you go to like rental centers, stuff like that, furniture stores that offer finances, like maybe Badcock Furniture or Rooms to Go or somewhere like that, they offer that information, and they provide it to them for people that may be considered high risk. Okay. Factor Trust, they collect and report comprehensive information about landlord and tenants action, whether you've been evicted or not. It has your address history. It has public background information, arrest information, criminal stuff, judgments, all that kind of stuff. Factor Trust has that information on you if you happen to have any of that information that's reportable. Microbilt PRBC, it provides consumer credit information about bill payment information, employment information, bank account, property records, court judgments, all of that. Income and subprime consumers, the business that offer short-term, like rent-to-own, auto, retail, and consumer finances lending. And some of your supplemental reports are CoreLogic Credit Code. Okay, they collect and report personal data such as property ownership and home loan obligations, your records on that, your property, your legal filings and tax payment, your rental applications and collection accounts. They house all that information, bankruptcies, liens, judgment, and child support obligations. So all that information is inside CoreLogic Credit Code. And of course, the bureaus verify the information with these supplementary companies as well to verify that this information is true on your report. So that's why you need to get these consumer reports and also dispute those as well if those errors are on there. Innovis provides ID verification data to assist with fraud detection. If you place a security freeze with Innovis, it prevents lenders from gaining access to your Innovis credit report, and that's a good thing as well. LexisNexis Risk Solution. They collect information from public records and multiple proprietary data sources. This includes items such as your real estate transactions, whether you have a home owner, whether you're a homeowner or not. Do you have any liens or judgment on your home? Do you have any bankruptcies? Do you have any professional license or anything like that? Whether you're an attorney or a doctor or anything like that, and they have your historical addresses on file. So all of these addresses and stuff like that that's on your report, they are also on your credit report. They're also in your LexisNexis report too. And getting a copy of your LexisNexis report, you'll be able to verify the information on there, and you can also dispute directly with LexisNexis. So it says remove your info, minimize your risk of identity theft, scams, and other online privacy issues. SageStream. SageStream is also another supplementary consumer report that the bureaus get their information from. And this reporting company, it collects information from and provides supplementary consumer reports to like auto lenders, credit card issuers, retailers, utilities, mobile phone services, and stuff like that. So it says placing a security freeze on SageStream will prohibit SageStream from releasing your credit report to credit score or your credit score without your express permission or authorization. And it's also to prevent credit loans and services from being approved in your name without your express consent. Utilities, utility billing. So this is one right here that is really overlooked because people don't think about that. And this National Consumer Telecom and Utilities Exchange, they have information on you about utility connections whenever you get your utilities connected, account and payment history, like when you pay your utility bills, including delinquencies and charge-offs associated with telecommunications, pay TV, utilities, gas, water, electric, and stuff like that. So a lot of people go and get their Experian Boost, and Experian Boost, it reports your utilities. But if you have derogatory information and you didn't pay these people and you done ran off and left that property and you didn't close out your account, or you got that cell phone that didn't pay that bill, or whatever utilities that you may have abused or just left or just forgot, then it's going to come up on in your National Consumer Telecom and Utilities Exchange report. And you can also dispute that information from them as well. So just let you know that, this is where they're getting that information from, and this is what pops up on your credit report. And like I tell my clients to not, Experian Boost is good if it's going to boost your score if you're paying your bills and you pay your utilities on time. But if you don't and you run out and don't pay those bills, that negative information is going to report on your credit report. So that Experian Boost didn't really do you no good. We're going to talk about retail stores. So this one right here, the retail equation, it monitors and reports to merchants retail product return, exchange, fraud, and abuse. Now, you know how you buy something from the store and you have to take it back? Well, they ask for your ID or some form of ID or something like that. Most places do. If you have a receipt or if you don't have a receipt, they may ask for your identification information, and you're grouped into, or you're put into a database on things that you exchange from these different retail stores, whether it be a clothing store, grocery store, or like a Home Depot. I frequently take things back to Home Depot when I buy and don't use it. So of course my name is in that database as well, but I'm not abusing the system. I do have receipts for what I buy, and then I just take it back and I just put it back on the my Home Depot card that I purchased it from. So we're going to talk about gaming. Now, Central Credit, they provide specialized gaming credit reports to facilitate the credit granting decisions, processes for casino operators, whether they're going to give you credit or not. This service includes real-time updates to casino activity and international gaming credit data. Now they also have your information when you win. For example, you win money at the casino. That's also filtered into this this central credit gaming system also. And when you lose a bunch of money, say if you're at the crap table or whatever, or you at whatever, and you win money, and you go turn in your chips or whatever, they recording your winnings, and they also recording your losings as well. So this information records your gaming, and a lot of people don't even think about that. And they also record your they report that to the IRS as well. They report that information to the IRS. So this one, another consumer reports that you can also get to see actually what's on there and see what they're reporting to you. If you are a person that goes to the casino or goes gambling or some other form of gambling, that's actually reported where you have to borrow money or you spend money or whatever like that. Okay. So this is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair, and I hope you enjoyed this video where I'm talking about credit freezes and security freezes, and also talking about credit reports and also consumer reports. And a lot of people, they're not aware that consumer reports are out there, but they have lots and lots of information on you as a consumer. What you do, how do you spend, what do you purchase, what do you fill in this application for, what do you got credit for here, what do you do, anything that you do as a consumer, your information is housed out there somewhere. Unless you live up under a rock, your information won't be out there. But for the most part, there's always at least one or two consumer reports that has your information on it. Okay. So, and if you need to dispute these consumer reports, you can do that as well. All right. My name is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair. And I just want to show you guys our QR code right here. You can scan it with your phone, and that way you can download the information related to Better Day Consulting. It has links to our YouTube channel. It has links to our Facebook, our website, our 21-day free dispute course, and also my book that I have written. So you can also go out there and find all that information just by scanning the QR code. And when you download that, you just can save it on your phone, and you'll have our information just in case you want to get in touch with us for a free credit consult. Okay. Again, this is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair. And if you want your credit fixed, put Mary Taylor in the mix.